The Usos are tag team champions, but what's next? Hello everybody, this is the Lucha Chris channel. My name is Chris and welcome to another video today where we will be talking about the Usos. If you watched this past Monday Night Raw, you would have seen that the Usos had just won the tag titles against AJ Styles and Dragon Lee in a fantastic match. Genuinely a really great main event this past Monday, and honestly I was scared for Dragon Lee. He hit his head pretty hard on that table. But what's next for the Usos? It's been a while since we've seen the Usos as tag team champions. So where do we go next? And the question is, could be something pretty interesting and stellar. The Usos can really revive the tag team division on Raw, which has been dead for a good long time. We've been stuck in this Judgment Day vortex. The New Day, when they won it, they didn't really do much with it. When the War Raiders had it, they didn't really do much with it. And it actually came up pretty well with AJ Styles and Dragon Lee, and it seemed like it was going somewhere. But I think now that it's in the hands of the Usos, it can go really far. And I think we're in for some incredible matches and maybe the revival of the Raw Tag Team division. Now, could this mean that the Raw Tag Team division could be like the SmackDown Tag Team division? Maybe. But then, what is it for the Usos? What could this lead to for them? And I genuinely do think this could be the catalyst for Jey Uso's heel turn. I think this is going to be it. This is going to be the moment that WWE takes that risk, that they take the risk with Jey. Because I think they've already tried Jey as a main event. And I think he has the presence, maybe the wrestling isn't there necessarily. He's still good, but I don't think it's there yet. But I do really like the Usos when they were heels. Now, of course, they do work better when they're together. I think especially when you look at the Uso Penitentiary time, that was just some of the best promos that they've ever had. They're going the back and forth constantly. They're able to bounce off each other. It's just really good. But I do think this is going to be the start of Jey Uso's heel turn. I think, a good catalyst for that is going to be when they lose these tag titles. And as we know, of course, behind kayfabe, we know Naomi is pregnant. And obviously we're going to have to write off Jimmy because he's going to be there, obviously. And I think this is the way we get there. And I think while we lead up to there, I think Jimmy and Jey are going to do some incredible stuff. They have the New Day, they have the Judgment Day, the War Raiders, the Creed Brothers, and many more. And I just think we're going to be in for some great rivalries. And I think this is going to be the revival that the Raw Tag Team division really needs. And I can see where the Usos will have these incredible matches. And I'm genuinely thinking maybe by WrestleMania time, it could be the Usos versus the Lucha Bros. And if that happens, you're setting up the Lucha Bros in a perfect position to have just so much hype behind them to not only beat one of the greatest tag teams, if not the greatest tag team in WWE history, but possibly the biggest stage of them all at WrestleMania. And if you do it there, you can have Jey Uso's heel turn happen also at the grandest stage of them all. You already did it for him winning the world title. You can now do that with him becoming a heel. Now I know everyone's worry is that, it didn't really work out for him necessarily as a main eventer. Will it work out as a heel? And I think it can. I genuinely do think it can. I think if you see his work as the heels when he was with, his brother and Roman, I think there's something there. And I think WWE needs to take this risk. I do think Jey needs it. Because, yes, they're doing well merch-wise, Jey is an attraction. You always see every time they play his music, everyone's just eating around, everyone's just having fun. And I agree with that. But I think there's something there with Jey. And I think if you can, get him out of this cocoon or just make him more multi-layered, it could be some great stuff. You already have him doubting himself. You already testing the waters with it. Especially when he was having Roman get in his head, just arguing with Jimmy. And it feels like there's something there. So what I really just feel is that the Usos will really revive the tag team division. We are going to get banger after banger after banger until WrestleMania. And once that happens, the tag team division is going to be such a good place to where once the tag team titles fall into the Lucha Bros, or maybe they do someone else, they use another team, that's fine. And when they do that, the tag team division is going to be fine. You're then going to have Jey get rid of Jimmy, which is going to be the heel turn, and then Jey is going to be lifted into, a stratosphere that I think can help him do really well. Now the question is, with that though, if they do turn him heel, does he win the title? And I think they could give it to him. I think genuinely they can give it to him, especially if there's something that goes on with the vision. And I really do think Jey can be a world champion again. And I think this is going to be the catalyst. And once this goes through, this will grab the attention of Roman. And just maybe, we might have Tribal Chief Roman Reigns versus the Yeet Man, or maybe now, as a heel, the no Yeet, Jey Uso, for SummerSlam. And if you really want to put your eggs in all the basket of Jey, I think that's the best way to do it. You turn him heel, he takes out Jimmy, becomes World Heavyweight Champion, and at SummerSlam, Jey and Roman for the World Championship. I think there could be something there. I think this will help Jey reach a new level of stardom. And the only way really to figure this out, or to see if this could work, is to just try it. Just like the way they just tried him as a main eventer. You have to go for it. I think you just need to. Is this a big risk for WWE? It is. Is this a risk for Jey Uso? But let's be honest, he's not young anymore. He's not a young guy. You gotta take some risks. And I really do think this can help his character and really put him in a different level where he's at right now. And already he's at a pretty high level as is. But if you really just don't want him to be just a tag team guy, and you really want to make him main eventer, that's what needs to happen next with the Usos.